Are you ready? Are you ready for the big reveal? Well, hello there, Enchanted One, and welcome to Spirit Firm Your Bone, your spiritual lifestyle channel, where every week we come together to cultivate our connection with the enchanted universe and coax spirit to throw us a bone. I'm Brenda Paradiso, and welcome, Enchanted One, and welcome to my new studio. What do you think? So I just put it together today, and it took all day long. But what can I tell you? How are you guys? Let me know if you're here with me. Join me in the comments. And I have an actual audience tonight, so I'm a bit distracted. But welcome. And why don't we just go ahead and get started by creating sacred space, right? That's what we do here on Spirit Throw Me a Bone. We coax spirit to throw us a bone by connecting with spirit, and we do it in three ways. First of all, we create sacred space and signal our intention to accept gifts from spirit. Second, we flex our enchantment muscles and consult the oracles of astrology and the tarot and other divinatory tools. And third, we welcome young self, and with a beginner's mind, we explore all manner of metaphysical and consciousness-raising topics. So let's get started right away and create some sacred space together. So if you haven't already snuggled up by your altar, go ahead and do that now. I'm going to find some music for us while we do that, and come on over and join me at the altar here. Let's see what kind of music I've got for you. Well, maybe this is Sting. No, that's actually a song. Okay, let me turn down a little bit. A little bit of Celtic action going on. Okay, here we go. Right over here. See my altar? Right over here by the drums. All right, so you know the drill, guys. We're going to create a virtual sacred container, and we're going to go clockwise by calling the directions, starting in the east. And I hope you can hear me, because my microphone's a little bit of ways away. But here we go, right? Imagine like a blue light creating a circle, a sacred container around the physical space you occupy now, and also that will enclose us all in virtual sacred space. Let's get started. By the air that is her breath, welcome east. Whoop, I did the wrong one first. You guys, I'm out of practice. I did north. Okay, come on, deep breath. Let's focus here, Brenda. Focus. All right, we're calling the east. We always start in the east. By the air that is her breath, welcome east. And by the fire of her bright spirit, welcome south. And by the waters of her living womb, welcome west. And now, by the earth that is her body, welcome north. As above, so below, we are in sacred space. So welcome back, guys. So what do you think? Got my altar right back there, got my drums back there, got my magic sign over there. So this is my new studio and my new townhouse. and I am happy to be here and happy that you are back, Robin. I know you were on vacation. I'd like to say I was on vacation, but I was not on vacation, but I was otherwise unavailable for a number of weeks. Jumped on here and there when I could, but you know, there's been some things going on in my personal life, which I think I've been sharing a little bit about, and we can get to that maybe when we're talking about the astrology. Uh-oh. What just happened with my stream there? That was weird. Huh. I saw that it kind of jumped. I thought I lost you. Anywho, hi Robin. So you were on vacation. Where'd you go on vacation? Let us know. And yeah. So here I am in my new studio. New studio, new townhouse, still unpacking. Just got home last night from Colorado. My dad, as you know, transitioned back on July 25th. And he's been living in Colorado for the last 25 years. So we had a service for him out there in Colorado that just my brother and I went to. And then, but, you know, my dad, as the rest of our family, were from back here. And so there's going to be a service this coming Saturday for him here. So after that, all done with the ritual of saying goodbye to when one transitions. And so that's kept me pretty busy and occupied, and as has my move from my home in Great Falls out here to Leesburg. So, and still unpacking. And I know it probably sounds like I don't know, it's just life, right? It's just life. So who else we got? Yeah, yes, Orlando. Was it hot in Orlando, Robin? I bet it was really hot. I bet it was really hot in Orlando. Hey, is T with you? Let us know, Teresa, if you're here with us. So what I was thinking tonight, since I didn't really promote the stream too much, I'm not expecting a whole lot of people to be on, so I thought we could just get real personal. Hey there, Anne. And yeah, I'll bet it was human in Florida. Okay. But so anyway, hey Anne, glad that you're joining us, and you've gone nowhere this summer either. I've gone to Colorado 3 times, but not for vacation. And yeah, so why don't we just look at some astrology, guys, and we can really actually look at our own charts here tonight, just because it's just a couple of us here. I was thinking, you know, I've been thinking a lot about this eclipse. The last eclipse was in was it Gemini or Sag? It was on that axis here. Let's see. It was yeah, in May. Yeah. No, June 10th. June 10th, an eclipse at 19 Gemini. Okay, and that was a new moon eclipse. So that was like, you know, new moon, beginnings, all that kind of stuff. And so, you know, that eclipse energy lasts all the way from June 10th until you get to the next eclipse, which of course is a full moon eclipse. And that is not until November. Okay, so let's revisit that eclipse. I know we talked about it when it happened, but let's look at it in our charts. And we've got enough, you know, we've got a couple of months under our belt now of these eclipse energies. So let's talk about how they've worked out for us. So if you guys are up for that, we can pull up charts. Hey, Kathleen Kelly. You're late, but hey, no problem. It just, you know, here at Spirit Thermi Band, we just join when we can. What I was just catching everybody up on, you know, what I've been doing the last couple of weeks, or not really even that, because like you guys are tired of hearing about it. But I just got in last night from Colorado. My dad had his first of one memorial service. The one out in Colorado was yesterday, and then the one here in Maryland is going to be on Saturday. So anywho, yeah, so I've been distracted with that, distracted with the move. But guess what I did today, Kathleen, is I put together my new studio. What do you think? It took all day, guys. All day. And I keep jumping around. I need some music to help me concentrate. So, yeah. So, yeah. My new studio, just got in last night. And then, Kathleen, we were talking about, since I didn't promote the stream tonight, so I'm thinking that'll just be a couple of us on. So we were talking about eclipse energies, and let's look at the eclipse in our charts. What do you think? And get a little bit more specific. Okay, thank you. You guys like my studio? Yeah, it's pretty simple. These are actually back here. These are barn doors. It looks kind of like, Rob thought it was an armoire, but it's actually barn doors. And then, truth be told, on the other side of that wall is my daughter's bedroom. She's not here tonight so far. So I've got like a curtain kind of in the opening, so you can't see into her room. But I thought the barn doors would make like a nice background. So I'm pretty pleased with them. And yeah, so work in progress, but I think it's a good start. Okay, so let's talk astrology. What do you think? So we're gonna look at the eclipse that came through on June 10th. Was at 19 Gemini. And we're gonna talk about how it's been working out for us. We're going to look at our charts and we're going to talk about it. And I'll start with myself, because that'll give you an example. All right, let's go here. There we go. Let me see if I can find that eclipse. I don't think I still have it on here. New lunar eclipse, May 26th. That wasn't it. How about this? We can look this way. Eclipses. How about that? So that would be a new moon. June 10th. There it is. Calculate chart. All right. So here was this eclipse. That's the eclipse chart. But what I want to do is look at it with another chart. So let's add mine to it. Oh, come on. I want them both to show. 2. There we go. Okay. Wait a minute. You and your friends did a how do you say that? Despacho ceremony? What is that? I'm not familiar with that. Is that a medicine? Okay, so guys, we're looking at my chart and the new moon chart. The new moon chart is the outer ring. See here? And then my chart is around the inner ring. You know, it's my chart because it's got Libra rising, just like Robin has. And so, just like Robin, the new moon fell in my ninth house in Gemini, because here I've got Gemini on the ninth house cusp. So, what is the ninth house, guys? Give me a keyword for the ninth house, because I know you guys know this, because I have been teaching this to you for a very long time. The ninth house, and it's also, look at that, how the new moon was right there with Mercury. So it was a very, very mercurial new moon. First of all, because it was in the sun, Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and then Mercury is right there conjunct the sun. So wowzer, right? So new moon eclipse, new beginnings, but like an eclipse is like, it's a real shift in karmic, in sort of the karmic direction, much more so than a regular new moon, right? And like I said, since it's an eclipse, it lasts until the next eclipse, which would then be a full moon eclipse. And that one, I'm going to give you that date again, it's not until November 19th, right? So, Robin, this has been in your ninth house. What have you observed or experienced? How has the oracle spoken to you on ninth house matters since June? Okay, remember, ninth house is religion, philosophy, belief systems, foreigners, foreign travel, higher learning, like, you know, like higher education type learning, writing, publishing, that type of thing. And remember, it's on an axis with the third house, which is like another communication house, only that the third house is more of like daily type communication and daily kind of interactions, like around the neighborhood and that type of thing. Whereas the ninth house is long range travel, foreign travel. So for me, all this ninth house stuff has been, I think, reflected in my continued interest in the spirituality of the indigenous peoples, and the use of sacred plant medicines for healing, and just, you know, a reorientation, which has been going on for a while, of sort of, you know, how I'm thinking about my spiritual expression, you know, sort of shifting away from more specifically Wiccan to sort of a broader pagan focus that, you know, isn't you know, the Wiccan spirituality usually identifies, depending on what the working and stuff is, with specific gods and goddesses, where the spirituality that I've been learning more about and practicing more is just not as complicated in my view, and it's a little bit more broad in terms of, you know, referencing the Great Spirit as opposed to calling upon specific gods and goddesses. You know, I mean, I still do both and can do both, but I think I've just talked before about how I feel like, you know, sometimes a Wicca can be a little angsty and overly complicated in terms of a spiritual practice. But anyhow, so that's my ninth house stuff. I haven't traveled since June, out of the country, but I'm trying to think of any other way that applies. So one other thing that you can think about too with these eclipse energies is whatever sign that the eclipse falls in, you can look to the ruler of that sign and where that planet falls in your natal chart. So the ruler of Gemini is Mercury, and my Mercury is in my 7th house, right here, combust, they call it, the sun, within 2 degrees of the sun. So that would highlight, you know, focus on relationships. 7th house being relationships, because that's where my Mercury lives, and that's been true. I mean, you know, there's been a lot of focus on that for me personally, and What else? What's another Mercury ruled house? Would be the Virgo house. And the Virgo, because Virgo is ruled by Mercury, is the 12th house. This goes for you too, Robin. The 12th house is hidden enemies. It's also where we go to get away from it all and become introspective. But things are hidden in that 12th house. So, but it's a very spiritual house as well, too. So, and my Pluto lives there. Not my Pluto, but the planet Pluto lives in my 12th house. And so I think of how that's sort of a focus on, this process that I've been going through, because Pluto's been squaring my sun forever, it seems, of, regeneration, and also visiting the topic of death, like my father transitioned, and that was a whole thing since that eclipse, in June. That June eclipse was when he got out of rehab after his last fall, and then we got him home, and then he was we enrolled him in hospice, and that really was the beginning of actually saying goodbye to him, even though I like to say that I spent 2 years saying goodbye to him. That was when it got real in a way that it hadn't before, when we enrolled him in hospice. So that's kind of a 12th house deal, that whole process. And yeah, so what about Robin? Why don't we look at, if you're okay, Robin, we'll look at your chart. Are you comfortable with me putting your chart up on the screen? I always feel like I need to ask people because, it's your personal data. So if you're okay with that, Robin, just say okay. Okay, so we're talking now about what it's been like for you since this new moon eclipse in June. Also, this sounds exciting. I wow the tuners at my Four Masters presentation. My delivery was calm yet authority, and my demonstration on the piano went better than I imagined. That's wonderful. That's so great. We always like to hear about successes among our enchanted ones. Good for you. Okay, so how about ninth house topics, though, Robin? And also, just let me know. Can I put your chart up on the screen, and let's talk about it and look at it a little bit more closely? And then I think we'll have time to visit Kathleen and Anne, and then it'll probably be about time to wrap up. So remember, Robin has the same rising sign that I do, so this new moon eclipse that came through in June was in his ninth house as well. So that's why we're asking, Robin, can you give us any specific topics related to ninth house matters that you can relate to? Any shifts in belief systems? Or, any topics related to foreigners or foreign travel, or spirituality, religion, ethics, astrology even. That's a ninth house matter. Okay, so tell me, Robin, and I'll throw your chart up on the screen, but I can't just say yay or nay if you want me to put it up. Okay. All right. Anybody else want to put their chart up? And then, Robin, I can come back to you if you want to answer. Maybe I'm not seeing that comment. So anybody else want to put their chart up? It's a good group tonight for doing this because Kathleen and Anne, you both have Taurus rising. So I can talk sort of about both of you at the same time, but we'll look at your individual charts too. But I need to know that you're okay with me putting it up on the screen. So let me know whoever wants their chart up and wants to talk about it, then I'll just, whoever I hear from first. Just waiting. Oh my gosh, you guys. Did I lose my comments or something? I can't believe no one wants to do this. If you don't want to do it, say no. But somebody just give me a comment. Facebook is really slow and delayed, I know. Okay, so Kathleen and Anne are both on Facebook. Robin, you're on YouTube. Okay, well, I am not getting any takers here. And we just had somebody new join us. Okay, guys. I forgot to bring my cards down. Can you help an astrologer out? Yes, my chart. Okay, why? And I see it came through in messages. Why is it not coming up saying yes on Facebook? Like, what just happened? I couldn't believe no one was commenting here. I'm not seeing it. All right, I'm going to put your chart up. Sorry if you other guys... Go ahead and text me. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm not all of a sudden I'm not seeing comments. I had them before. The last comment I have is this one from Robin. Weird. Okay. All right. Anne, let's get you up here. Oh, come on now. I thought I had you up here. All right, I'm just going to switch the screen for a second while I look this up. There we go. I know I had you. Okay. There. Okay, so and both you and Kathleen have Taurus rising, all right? And we're talking about this eclipse that came through on June 10th. And that's, where was that? Let's look and see here. There's that new moon in your second house of finance, personal resources. So tell me, ladies, tell me about what's been going on with your finances since June 10th. Definitely some focus there. And wow, here's the thing, Anne, with your chart. Look at that. You have Saturn. Saturn lives in your second house of finance and resources. And it's at 18 degrees Gemini. And that new moon was at 19 degrees Gemini. So that new moon was on your Saturn. So that sounds to me like some hard work making money. So, or just, I don't know, some limitations maybe even. Have you had to tighten the belt financially or what? But that's a quite a focus there on your second house Saturn. So if you're comfortable, please share us what's been going on with that. And it's kind of hard to do that when my comments aren't coming through, but you can message me like you did before, because I got my phone right here, and plus I got my messages coming up on my computer, which I usually don't have. So tell me about second house matters and Saturn second house matters for you, Anne. All work and no travel. You said that earlier, yeah. But I still would think that there could be something. I mean, with that new moon right on your Saturn, though, I'm telling you, maybe there's all work, just a lot of hard work, huh? Well, um, so maybe that focus on your second house Saturn has just caused you to be really uber responsible about your money. Um, and that's a good way to roll with that energy, rather than thinking, oh gosh, rather than having like a scarcity mindset, like sort of reframe it that, this new moon, Saturn inspired new moon eclipse really is an opportunity to get serious about finances and to and resources generally, and to get regimented and disciplined in those matters. Okay, so that's interesting. Thank you for allowing us to visit your chart. I'm trying to stay caught up with what's coming through here. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to share here. Anne is texting me because my comments aren't coming through. She says she's been working very hard and money is flowing, but all work and no travel. Having all this work has made me happy. I have money to fall back on in case I don't have a job this fall. I'm not complaining at all. I'm grateful. So she's rolling with that Saturn energy. Good for you, Anne. Good for you. And all right, so how about you, Kathleen? You're welcome, Anne. Kathleen, I'm going to assume that you want me to put your chart up because I think you do. So let me switch the camera again and then find it, because I think I have it here somewhere. And Rob is here? Why are my comments not coming through? I'm so upset. Okay, guys, message me on Facebook, because I'm getting those messages here on my iPhone and on my computer. Okay. All right, I'm gonna have to pull up data off my phone. Guys, thanks for bearing with me tonight. I'm just not really on my game here. I know I had your info at one point, but I'm not finding it here. It must be on my other computer. Do you want to message me and then in the meantime I'll pull Rob's up. I've got birth charts. I've got your charts on my phone. I've got them on my Mac, and then I've got them on my PC. I don't have them all in one place. Okay. Just looking to see who I have here. All right, Rev Rob. July 28th, 1964, 5:15 a.m., Pittsburgh. Right? Right. Okay, so we're going to do a new chart. Rob just had a birthday, y'all. Pittsburgh, PA. Oh, come on. Okay, why? Am I spelling Pittsburgh wrong or something? Robin sent me. Well, okay, so Robin says I have been responding with on YouTube and Facebook, just had to reboot to get the message to work, but it's not working on my end, Robin. And I can't reboot. Okay, wait, where was I? I was trying to get Rob's chart up here. I'm spelling Pittsburgh wrong. Why do they put an H on Pittsburgh? Do they? Okay. Gosh, you guys are hanging on with me. I know this can't be real fun. Pennsylvania. Ugh. There. Okay, it's about time. July 28th, 5:15 a.m., 64, Pittsburgh, PA. Calculate. Yes. With Cancer rising. Yes. Yes. Finally. And then the second is the eclipse. Alright. New moon eclipse at 19. There it is. 12th house. Gee. The 12th house of fun. No. That eclipse has been in your 12th house doing some deep introspective work, huh? And 12th house things just like not really, oh my gosh, being too much fun, I would imagine. You've got that Look, your lovely Venus Mars, 12th house Venus Mars. A little bit triggered by this new moon eclipse. So, yeah, Venus Mars is about relationships, no? And I mean, it's not really that close, 19 versus 25, so it's not a direct hit, but I still think it kind of lights up that those anything in the 12th house is lit up. So what about 12th house things for you? Have you felt like reclusive, Rob, or have you felt that you've had to been dealing with, a shadow work or secrets or things that just aren't straightforward? I'm trying to think of all kinds of 12th house issues. Yeah, the 12th house is not one of the funnest houses to get triggered by transits. It's good. It's good for meditation and that kind of stuff, I will say. And yeah. So what do you think, Rob? Anything you want to share about that? You'd have to text it to me. Because my comments are not working. I don't know what I can do about that when they just don't work. Good thing for my phone down here. Actually, I even get my stuff on my computer now. I get my texts on my computer, which is kind of cool, but I really shouldn't be using the resources of my computer that way while I'm streaming. But I'm getting away with it so far. So, Rob, yeah, you gonna share anything about that? You gotta text me, dude. All right, who else do we have? We did Robin. We did Rob. We did Anne. Kathleen, can you message me? Did you message me your time? Because I don't have it on this computer. Can you Facebook message me? I'm gonna message you. Okay, I'll share this then. So Rob said, lots of triggers from childhood events and feelings have come up since June 10th. Do you feel like that's been the expression of that 12th house stuff for you? Mars, Venus. Well, Venus in the 12th, Venus is one of the planets that archetypally symbolizes the mother. All right, I'm getting all kinds of messages now here. Hold on. Okay, so Chloe has joined us as well. Now I have 8 people. So on a night where I'm like kind of struggling, but what do you think of my background, Chloe? My comments aren't coming through, so. Oh, thank you. Chloe says I look beautiful. My comments aren't coming through, so I'm only catching them here on Messenger. Okay, so Kelly sent me a message, and here's her data. Let me pop that in. Thank you, Rob, for sharing. Now, wait, I didn't show you that. Let me show you that before we go over to you, Kathleen. So here was Rob, guys. Okay, remember the inside of the chart, the inside wheel right here is Rob's chart. Okay, and then the outside wheel, here's where that eclipse is in his 12th house. And look, he's got Venus and Mars in the 12th house, natally. Okay, so these are very much relationship planets, because they're inner planets. Venus, a planet of love, Mars, a planet of war and action and competition and all that kind of stuff. And that's a pretty dynamic just natal configuration. Venus conjunct Mars in the 12th house. Woo, sexy, Robbie. In Gemini. Okay. All right. So, got a little sidetrack there. All right. I'm going to switch off of here because you guys don't need to watch me navigate. And I'll come back to here. And then you can watch me navigate, but you don't have to watch the screen while I navigate. And we're going to do Kathleen. And I have to enter her stuff because I know I have it, but I can't find her chart and pull it up. She says July 20. She just had a birthday too. All these July birthdays. My dad's birthday was in July. (1:45) Eastern Time. In Washington, D.C. Were you born at the Columbia Hospital for Women like me? Place name, Washington, D.C. I have two different astrology programs, and this one annoys me. The way that it asks you to... It's hard to enter this data. District of Columbia. There we go. I don't need anything in District of Columbia. What was a hospital? Doesn't really matter. I'm just going to put anything in there. My girls are born at the Columbia Hospital for Women. I'm just going to select that for you. It's not going to be, it's just asking me for a place name. It's not going to be that different, so it'll just give us the right coordinates otherwise. Okay, so, all right, now I'm ready to switch back because we have Kathleen up. Okay, here's Kathleen. Kathleen is here, the inner chart, right? She's got Taurus rising like Anne does. So, like Anne, that new moon eclipse that came through in June, that's with us all the way through November, is in your second house again. So, what about resources? What about finances? What about personal resources? Any like second house matters that have been a focus for you since June? And I'm just looking to see if there's any other big triggers that had for you. See, unlike, remember Anne had Saturn right there at 18 degrees? You don't have any planets natally in your second house that were getting triggered like Anne was. So I would think that this eclipse would be a bigger deal for Anne than for you, Kathleen. Just because of Anne's Saturn being there at 18 degrees of Gemini. So share, please, anything you'd like in Facebook Messenger about your experience of this eclipse. All right, so we did Kathleen, we did Rob, we did Anne, we did Robin. Did we do you, Robin? Did we pull yours up? I don't think we did. We didn't pull your chart up. Oh, that sounds lovely. My husband is upstairs watching me on the television, and I just heard myself cough up there. It was like, I don't think I like hearing myself. Maybe I should pay attention though. Okay. I spelled your name wrong, Kathleen. Look at that. Edit chart. Fix that. Not two L's in your name. Yeah. Okay. All right, Robin Olson. All right, let's pull yours up, Robin Olson. No, we're not doing a new chart. All right, I'm going to switch you off of here so you don't have to watch me navigate here. Oh, so Chloe shared that Kathleen said always paycheck to paycheck in the comments. I thought you were retired, Kathleen. Is that what you mean by paycheck to paycheck? Just what you pay yourself from your retirement, or are you working? Otherwise working. I know you work with your son on his stuff. Does he pay you, or do you do it free? Or does he get your labor for free? Okay. What was I doing? Robin. Alright, I don't have it here, but I know I have it on my phone, I think. I know I had Robin Olson on here, but it's not coming up. Okay, we're going to do Robin and then we're going to wrap things up, guys. How about some music while you wait on me? Oh, wait a minute, what's going on here? It would have been a lot easier if my comments were working. You know, I guess, guys, I should make sure that I have everybody's stuff ready to go before I try and do this. Alright, Robin, I'm not finding yours either, but I swear I had your chart. Alright, Robin, you're gonna have to send me your birth data if you've got it handy. Got a couple of Robins here, but not you, Robin Olson. I know I have it somewhere. Oh, okay. Okay. Do you want to give me your birth time, Robin? done your chart on here before. It's not coming up. Search. Searching, not charts. Charts. Let's see what else I have. Sorry, guys. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's put in Robin's data really quick. Gotta be fair. Date is February 12, 1957. It's at 2:30 p.m. Place is the Lutheran Sisters in Norfolk, Nebraska. Well, doesn't come up. I guess it would help if I actually learned the software. There. Okay. Here's Robin with his Libra rising. Let me change it back here. There we go. Okay, so remember this was the 9th house. And so what were you going to tell me about 9th house, Robin? 9th house stuff for you with this eclipse. Anything? Anything at all? I don't really see, just off the top of my head, anything being really triggered like Anne was triggered with that 2nd house Saturn for you. But I did want to put your chart up there. Remember Robin, here he is in the middle. He's got Libra rising like me. Look at the beautiful Jupiter right there in his 1st house. That's so nice. Kind of makes you like a Sagittarius rising, you know, with Jupiter in the 1st house. Oh, okay. Alrighty. Okay, so we got one more chart to do, guys, because we have Miss Chloe here with us. So let's do her really quick. I know I'm not giving you a lot of information because, and I can't just because of, you know, there's so many of us, but I just want to look at these eclipses for you guys. But let's look at Chloe's. Let me find her here. I thought maybe I've got hers on here. No, it is on my phone. I don't think I have it. Okay. Have you guys ever welcomed Chloe to Spirit Thermobone? Because she's relatively new. Relatively new. Did we have a little celebration when she joined us? Date. She was born on New Year's Eve, y'all. We won't tell you what year. Or should we? Times. Here's another Libra rising, guys. So, Chloe, I've told you that before. You knew you were Libra rising, right? Ninth house for you? Any ninth house matters for you, Chloe? Would you like to share? That's where this eclipse is hit here. Just like me, just like Robin. We have 3 Libra risings represented tonight. Myself, Robin, and Chloe. So Robin, I want to hear something ninth house from you. I've had ninth house stuff going on. Chloe will share what she's had going on regarding ninth house. She says, Chloe says, you have me smiling, but she I wish I had comments. Okay, Chloe. Type in the message what you'd like for me to share here about your ninth house experience. Oh, she doesn't know what the ninth house is. But, well, you missed the early part of the stream. So the ninth house is religion, philosophy, belief systems, foreigners, foreign travel. That's an eclipse in the ninth house, right? What else, guys? Higher learning. So I can think of a couple of ninth house things that apply, Chloe. Would you like to share with our community? Okay. Well, I don't want to share on your behalf about what the ninth house things are that you've been experiencing since June. I know them, but I would like for you to share them. You could just pop the comment in Facebook or wherever. What are you watching on Facebook or YouTube? Oh, she says I can share whatever. Okay, so back to Robin for a second. He says self-confidence and clarity in his belief system has been the result, the gift of the ninth house eclipse for him. And Chloe says that I can share what I know about ninth house stuff for her. And you know, Chloe is on a spiritual journey and she's on a spiritual path. And that's how I know her, actually. We were in the same medicine community. So definitely I can see how the ninth house has gifted her with some experiences of the spiritual realm. And also she is presently in, well, she was, you're still in Scotland, right? I think that's where she landed after traveling across the pond. And so she's done some foreign travel and is doing some foreign travel. So yeah, there you go. Ninth house eclipse for her. So there you go. Thanks guys for joining me tonight. We are going to wrap this puppy up It's been a bit disjointed. I apologize, but I'm just trying to get back in the groove here. Trying really hard to get back in the groove. And I appreciate your patience with me. It's been one heck of a summer, and rather than stress myself out today, I just thought, I will spend my entire day trying to put together a little bit of a pretty studio, and so the content part took second seat. But I'm so glad that you joined me tonight, all of you, and I'm glad that you were so willing to share your little bit of astrology and your experience with this new moon eclipse that we're still rolling with in Gemini, and where it fell in your charts. Again, for Kathleen and Anne, the second house, focus on resources and finances. Chloe, Robin, and myself, ninth house, spirituality, belief systems, foreign travel, foreigners, higher education. And who else? Was there anybody else? Are we just Taurus rising and Libra rising only? Oh, and Rob with his he has Cancer sun, no, Leo sun, Cancer rising, so he was the 12th house for Rob. So in the 12th house, he shared, said that some old deep shadow material from his childhood were coming up for him. So there you go. That was our little wrap up. You guys ready to open up sacred space here? We're going to open it up, release that energy, and release that energy, because we don't want to be carrying it with us. It can make you kind of jittery, believe it or not, if you stay in sacred space, because you're actually raising energy when you call the directions, and so we just want to release it, so that we can be more grounded and hopefully sleep well tonight. Okay, here we go. By the earth that is her body, thank you, North. By the waters of her living womb, thank you, West. By the fire of her right spirit, thank you, South. And can you hear me? Am I talking loud enough? And by the air that is her breath, thank you, East. As above, so below. The circle is open. Okay, Enchanted Ones, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Until next time, be well, be true, be sacred, be you. Good night.